Good morning from a sunny but muddy Monk's Walk down in Surrey, just next to Thorpe Park here. And today is day 2 of our Thorpe Park opening weekend. Yesterday, of course, we were on the park for opening day, enjoying lots of rides. Mixed bag of weather yesterday. Started sunny, absolutely hammered down kind of midway through, and then finished off glorious and sunny as well in the evening, which was really nice. So yeah, it's just gone 7 a.m. and I've come down to Monk's Walk. Jess has decided to stay asleep. So yeah, come down to Monk's Walk to have a little look at HYPERIA. Of course, we haven't been down here since kind of mid-February, so we haven't seen the lift hill kind of in place and stuff like that. So I thought I'll come down, have a look from off park, perhaps put the drone up because the park's not open yet, obviously. And yeah, see what we can see. So yeah, let's go have a look. And there it is, Project Exodus, HYPERIA as we now know her. The UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. Look at the size of it there, next to the Saw lift hill. Crazy. A little look across the park. There's Stealth, of course, the world's fastest accelerating coaster. And Colossus, and Rush, and the Swarm. I definitely think that cameras don't really do it justice. This thing is huge. And yeah, it doesn't, well, from the ground, like, I wouldn't say it looks as tall as the big one at Blackpool, but obviously we know it is. And I think that's partly because the big one has such a long lift hill, whereas HYPERIA's lift hill goes, 45 degrees it looks like. So excited to ride this. So I believe that this is the track finished. I think all track, all supports are now in place. So I guess, and I also think the lift hill chain, I believe that's in as well. So I guess the next big thing really, once they've done all the little bits and pieces they need to do to get it kind of ready, is having trains on the track. So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully it's a matter of weeks, if not days, until we see some trains here on HYPERIA's track testing as well. That's going to be really cool to see from inside the park. Now, I don't know if you can really pick it up on my microphone here, but it's reasonably windy today. Not terrible, but it is blowing a little bit, and there's quite a whistle. And I've been trying to work out where it's coming from, and I think it's coming from right at the top of the lift hill. I don't know whether it's from track, or the only other thing I can think is because the flags are up there, whether the rope or cable or whatever that's holding the flags is causing the whistle. But it's very high pitched and very annoying, so let's hope that's not actually a fixed part of a ride that is causing that, because that's not going to be nice to listen to on park. As we can see here, Colossus is testing. Yesterday wasn't a great day for Colossus. Quite a few issues, I think, with seat restraints. But it's been testing quite a few times this morning and seems to be going around all right. So hopefully yesterday was just some opening day teething problems, and they'll have that sorted for today. I love that these stumps, especially this big one, has been here for a long time. Coming down to Monk's Walk even kind of 2 years ago, before HYPERIA construction started, this one was here kicking around, but it's been stood on so many times, the mud has built up around it. I doubt you'd be able to shift it now. And someone, hopefully, has put a nice little piece of wood on so you can stand up without the mud knocking you off. Lovely. It's all quite... Can you hear that noise? Don't know if my mic's going to pick it up, but it is whistling. But yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's on site today, although it is still very early on a Sunday morning, so quite possibly they won't be on site yet for a while, if anyone comes on site at all today. But looking at it, it looks like quite a lot of the electronics are done. Motors are all connected up. It looks as though they're working on the transfer track at the moment. So I assume that once the transfer track is in and working, I guess that will be the point where they can actually run trains on around the track. It does look, I mean, the shutter door there is open a little way and there's no sign of trains inside the maintenance shed at the moment, so I assume they're still packed away safely somewhere. My bet is in the containers that are down that way, but yeah, hopefully we'll see them coming out soon. Although I've just noticed here on the maintenance shed, obviously they put all these concrete foundations in quite a while ago, but if you look down here, they've obviously put the concrete in and then they've had to dig further down, so I assume and I expect this will all be filled back up at some point, so the foundations are actually sitting at ground level rather than just above ground level like that. But yeah, it's crazy that just a few months ago we were here, all that was on the ground was kind of concrete and stuff like that, and now we have the UK's tallest roller coaster sitting here on the foundations. It also looks like quite a lot of the landscaping is starting to go in, and obviously the lake and the kind of all the associated pipework and ductwork to take water to the lake rather than kind of around the foundations and stuff. Looks like most of that is in. There's saw testing. It is, what's time now, 8:30. So yeah, rides are starting to test, ready for this Sunday. I'm really excited to see the footage from this camera here on top of a construction worker's kind of site cabin. There is a time-lapse camera, which looks like it's pointed up a lot more than it used to be. So whether it's on like a little thing that, you know, over time it's gradually tilted up, or whether it maybe has been like that the whole time, we just haven't really noticed it. But yeah, the footage from that is going to be amazing. And I don't remember these wings being here last time either. So perhaps they've only just recently been put on. The window is in the operator's booth. So yeah, it's all coming together. I reckon not long. There is a date, I don't know, well, I mean, I can say, I'm not going to say where I've heard it, but I have heard a date of, I believe it's the 24th of May for opening. Or that's when they're aiming to open. So, you know, we've got 2 more months. It's 24th of March, I think, today. Yeah, so exactly 2 months. So, yeah, there's still a fair bit to do, but I reckon they could do that. I think the bit that's going to take the longest now is doing all the kind of groundworks and stuff once all the site buildings have gone. Doing all the groundworks and putting the paths in and that kind of stuff for ready for the public to come in on site. Monk's Walk is very quiet this morning. Literally just me. I haven't seen anyone else so far. I guess, yeah, it's an early on a Sunday morning, but compared to the scenes we saw when the lift hill was being topped off, it was so busy down here. Now there's literally nobody here apart from one runner that I just saw. So there we go, that was a nice morning down at Monk's Walk. Taking a look at kind of construction progress on HYPERIA. It's not going to be long now. And yeah, ended up staying a bit longer than I was originally hoping, or thinking. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So it did mean that I managed to catch the 10 o'clock gate opening in the park, where they open the gates and everyone is released and rushes towards the rides. So that was funny. But yeah, that's it now. Heading back to the van. And yeah, I'm not sure today whether we are going to head into the park for a bit or just head straight into London, because we've got a show we're going to see this afternoon. And then yeah, tomorrow we'll be back at Thorpe Park for the day before we head home and back to work. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that, give us a subscribe and a thumbs up on this video, be much appreciated. And of course, leave a comment down below if there's anything you'd specifically like to see. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll catch you in the next one.